Hello everyone, my name is Paolo Sebastiani. Thank you for watching this video about MemoQ. Start this presentation. I'm going to open a folder showing you where I placed the document that I would like to translate. This document is named Arabic Test. I open it up just to show you how it looks like. This is the text that I would like to translate. Okay, now I need to close it down, otherwise it doesn't work, because any document that I would like to translate needs to be closed before bringing them into the cat tool. Okay, so now I don't know why it takes so long to close it down. Okay, so now I'm in the dashboard of MemoQ, and this is the first window I get to when I open MemoQ. From here I click on this button because I want to create a new project. So clicking here in the little arrow, I can select new project from template or just new project. I want to create a new project, so I click here and I get the wizard for the creation of the new project. So the first window of the wizard is this one. I'm supposed to name my project. I want to call it Proj Arabic English. Let's place the date for today, which is 13 September. Okay, the languages are already here: Arabic, Jordan, English, United States. Otherwise you can select them. Okay, then we have 4 boxes here that are optional. We can leave them blank. The description as well can be left blank. And here we have project directory. If we don't choose any project of our choice, all projects will be saved in a default folder, which is named My MemoQ Projects. But of course, we don't want to do that. I want to choose my own folder, so I click here. I select Ali Sulaiman folder, and I have prepared a subfolder called 13th of September. So I want to place my project here. Select folder. Okay, so I'm done in this window. I can click on to get further. So next I have to select the document that I would like to translate, and that document has been saved in the same folder called 13th September. So click on import, move up, Ali Sulaiman, 13th September. Here is my document to be translated, Arabic Test. So double click on it and it will be imported. So at this stage, if the document had been opened somewhere else, I would get an error. So that's the reason why you always need to close down your documents when you want to bring them into a project. Okay, now here I could enter as many documents as I want. There is no limit. Once I've done it, I click on next, move to the next window, and here I can select the translation memory. Let's say that I do not have any translation memory ready for my project, so I want to create a new one, brand new one, translation memory. So click on create, and here I need to give a name, so I want to call it TM Arabic English, 13 September, let's say. The language are already there because they have been retrieved from the language pair that I had already set in my first window. And here again, the translation memory would be stored in a default folder called translation memories, but I don't want to do that. I want to save my translation memory in Ali Sulaiman, 13 September. Select. Okay, so this translation memory will appear in the 13 September subfolder. All the rest can be left as it is. All these meta information are highly optional, so we can just leave them. Click OK and move forward. Next window will go back to the translation memories because I had just opened a second wizard related to the creation of the translation memory. Once I have created the translation memory, I've been brought back to the wizard related to my project. So, because do not forget that we are trying to create a project. So, here now in this page, in this window of this wizard, I have decided which translation memory I would like to use. So I have created one from scratch. Now I move forward and I will have the same window for the term base, the glossary. So click next. Here is term base. So here I can do the same thing. I can click on create and a new wizard will pop up. That would be the wizard for the creation of the term base. And then I can do the same thing as I did for my translation memory. So click on create, name my term base, call it TB and Arabic English. I always suggest to write TB when you create a term base and TM when you create a translation memory, because since those two elements will be represented by a folder, so if you don't write anything telling you that one is a TM, the other is a term base, you wouldn't recognize them because two folders are the same. I mean, we are not dealing with files, we're dealing with folders. So if we were dealing with files, we would have recognized them probably from the extension, but the folders do not have extensions. So it's always better to write something in order not to mix them up. I want to call it 13 September as well. I don't want to place it in the term base default folder, but I want to place it in the usual folder, which is Ali Sulaiman 13 September. Select. Okay, so all the rest is optional. Can click on OK, and the term base will be created, and I will be brought back to the original window of my project wizard. Here we are. This is the project wizard, and now the term base has been set. I can click on finish and the project is done. So we click here, finish, and now I have the project. So this is the project home. If I want to start translating this document, I double click on it. And I can open it up. Okay, now at this time I can translate the document from scratch. I have no translation memory connected. That's why I don't get any translation results. You see here I have translation results, it's blank. So I can start translating this document from scratch without any help of any machine translation, and in this case I need to write on my own. Here I have tags. Probably Arabic language is using tags, you know, because each segment has got tags, so I have to use them. In order to bring tags, I have to click here. So if I click on the copy next tag sequence, I click here, the first tag has been copied. That would be this one. This one is here. Then I write down the sentence. This word should say simple sentences. Simple sentences. And now I need to place the second tag, the closing tag, because we have a pair of tags, opening tag and closing tag. So now I need to click the closing tag, and I'm done. Okay, now I move, I confirm this sentence, and when this sentence is confirmed through the clicking of this button, or if you like, you can also use Control Enter, the shortcut from your keyboard. So I click here, and this sentence will be transferred to the translation memory, ready to be used in case I need this sentence again. And by doing that, I will move forward to the next sentence, sentence number 2. And if I don't have any machine translation connected, I don't get any result, and I need to translate it from scratch. But let's say that, so I'm going to do that. Confirm, I move to the next. Okay, so the next sentence, no results from the translation memory, and no help from the machine translation. So now I'm going to show you how we can connect a machine translation. So if we go to the project home view, and I click on settings, here I have a few buttons, and if I move to the last bottom here, I have empty machine translation. I can click on that, and here I have my Google machine translation. I know, as I told you, we need to create an account with Google, because if we are using Google Translate as a third-party software, it's not for free. We have to create the account. So now I have already created it. I click on this button in order to connect my Google Translation machine translation, and I can go back to the Arabic test, which is my document to be translated. So I click here, and now, as you can see, I got I got a result from the machine translation. So the machine translation is helping me just in case there is nothing coming from the translation memory. The translation memory is more reliable than the machine translation. When I have information coming from the machine translation and information coming from the translation memory, I will see them both here in this area. I'll show you. So this time I have just some information from the machine translation. So the machine translation is telling me that this Arabic sentence can be translated. This is an example of a new sentence. So let's say that I like this. I double click on it. I double click, and this sentence is moved to the target box. Here I have the two tags. Of course, I don't want to have them placed in this way. I can do this. For example, I can cut and paste. So because I want to have the opening tag at the beginning of the sentence and the closing tag at the end of the sentence. Okay, so now I want to confirm and move to the next sentence. So the next sentence should be very similar to this one, and I should surely receive information from the translation memory telling me that by trying to match this sentence with all the sentences in the translation memory, a fuzzy match has been found. And I will also get information from the machine translation. So this is how the machine translation is working. So I click on confirm, move further to the next sentence, third. And here, as you can see, I have two information, so two solutions. The first one, the one that has been entered in the target box, is the translation memory. But the translation memory is only similar for the 63%. So that means that I have to modify something. If I don't want to use the translation memory result, I can use the machine translation result. The machine translation result is here, ready to be used. If I want to use it, I just double click on it. And if I double click on it, this sentence will be replaced by this one. So if I double click on the machine translation result, the machine translation result will appear here. If I want the translation memory result, I double click on the translation memory result and the result will appear in the target box. So I'm going to do that again. Double click. You see? So in this way, you can be helped by the translation memory and the machine translation. Okay, if you think that it's faster for you using the translation memory result, you can just add the word another here, because this is another. So now I have completed my translation. According to the Arabic version, I should have entered another. Okay, so now I'm happy with that. I can move further and go to the next sentence. Okay, next sentence got 3 results, 2 from the translation memory, one 94% similar, and the other one 77% similar. So, of course, the 94% similar has been entered in the target box because supposedly that's the best one, because the similarity is higher than the other one. But as you can see, I can always leverage my translation memory. So the translation memory is the solution with the orange color, and so with the orange color is the machine translation, sorry. And the translation memory is this reddish, dark reddish color. So I can see which is which. If I want to have a result from my translation, from my machine translation, I click on this third result. So double click on it. This is the machine translation results. It's okay, but I have to place this sentence, so I have to cut it and place it in between those two, the first 2 couple. Okay. Okay, no, I don't think it's correct, because the first is with a space. I want to cut it again, leave a space there, and the sentence should be placed there. Okay, now it's okay. And I can confirm it and move further to the next sentence. The next sentence, let's see the result. Okay, so in the next sentence, it's looking for machine translation results. So here we don't have any solution from the from the translation memory, because the translation memory doesn't have sentences like this. Here actually we have a full stop, a period, which has not been considered by the segmentation system. So if you like, we can split the document, we can split the sentence. So you just place the cursor. Well, this is Arabic, and okay, I suppose it's here. And here we click on split. It doesn't split. No. Okay, usually you place the cursor where you want to document, where you want the sentence to be split, and it should be split, but it doesn't. I don't know why. Okay, I have here, there are problems with the machine translation. I don't know why. You see that we have the little icon waiting for the results. No, I don't know why it doesn't split the sentence. Okay, anyway, here I should get a machine translation result, but I don't know why it's connection problems with internet maybe. Let's try again. Move up to the previous sentence, click on confirm. Okay, here we are now. So this is the machine translation. So the machine translation result for this sentence, and this time I only have the machine translations because the translation memory didn't give me any result. So unless the machine translation is disconnected, you always will have the result for the machine translation. If you want to disconnect it for any reason, you click on Project Home here, and you are already in the settings view, and you move to you click on the last icon here, and you disconnect. So if you disconnect it and you go back, now from this moment you will not have the machine translation anymore. Okay, but we want to have it. Okay, so click on okay, and now the machine translation is back again. So let's say that I want to have it. Okay, so you still owe me. Okay, now we want to place this sentence. Okay, this is the first sentence and should be placed in the first. Okay, let's cut this part and place it here. And then we have a pair with a space, which is this one, and the other one, the second part of the sentence. Cut and paste in between this couple of tags. Okay. Click on confirm, move further. Okay, here again, there is nothing coming from the translation memory. The only result I have is the machine translation. And the machine translation result is here. This is an example of a new paragraph, and I think it's the correct translation. So if you, I can show you another way how to use the tags correctly. You place the cursor at the beginning and you click on copy next tag sequence, and then you place the cursor at the end and you click here again. So now you have the tag pairs placed correctly in the sentence. We move forward and see the results. Okay, here again we have nothing coming from the from the translation memory. The only result is coming from the machine translation. So this is how I can use both resources, my translation memory and my machine translation. Remember that when you pick up the machine translation result, you have to watch out if it's correct or not, because usually it's not very reliable. Now we're dealing with very simple sentences, so probably the correctness is guaranteed, but it's not always the case. Okay, so now we want to cut and place in the correct tag pair. Okay, here there's supposed to be a space. Confirm and move further. Okay, here for example we have a full match, so the machine translation is not present, because since we have a full match and the full match is totally reliable, so this is an example of a new an example of a new paragraph. It's a repeated sentence actually, and we can see that this is a repeated sentence because we have this little arrow here. You see the green and the green arrow. In fact, we have segment number 6 and segment number 8. They are exactly the same. Okay, so I can confirm and move further. Okay, here I don't have anything from the machine, from the translation memory. The only result is coming from the machine translation, and the machine translation result has been placed here. Let's say that I want to place the tags in the right place, so I put my cursor at the beginning and click on copy next tag sequence. I place my cursor at the end of the sentence and click on copy next tag sequence, and click confirm and move further. So this is the way we can work with machine translation and translation memories. You can have as many machine translations as you like, and you can have as many translation memories as you like. So if you want to add more translation memory, you go back to Project Home and you click on Translation Memories. So here you can add more translation memories. So you can use the one that are shown here, or you can create others, or you can just connect others. If you want to use more term bases, you go to the term base view, and here you can do the same. So you can create a new one, you can register a term base that you already have somewhere in your computer, but it's not been linked yet, so you want to link it, you want to connect it, so you click on register local, and you're looking for your term base to be connected. If you want to connect more translation memories, you need to go here to settings and use empty. But here we only have Google. If you want to have another machine translation, for example, you can click on create, and for example, let's call it Microsoft Translator. Click OK. So now, in order to, because Microsoft Translator at the moment is the one that is connected, but it's empty. So you can only connect one at a time. So if you connect Microsoft Translator, you cannot connect Google, and if you connect Google, you cannot connect Microsoft Translator. But in this Google, actually, you could connect more than one machine translation. So if I double click on it to open it up, you see I have double clicked on the Google name. Okay, now here we have Google machine translation only. But if you like, we can also select Microsoft machine translation. We try to, let's see. Should be this one. Okay, I want to use the neural engine. Check login data. Okay. So now I have connected my machine, Microsoft Machine Translation plugin. So with the word Google, now I have Google and Microsoft. And I can select OK. So actually, instead of creating a new one, I can delete this. Yes, and I can rename this. So I go to Properties. Instead of calling just Google, I can call it Google and Microsoft Translate. Okay. So in this link, I have Google and Microsoft Translate all together. And if I go back to the Arabic test, now I should have solutions coming from Microsoft Translator and Google Translator. Let's move. I only have one solution. Let's see. Well, I should have more than one solution. So let's say that I like this. Okay, so here you can see I have a double solution. One is Google and one is Microsoft. So as you can see, they are different. So this one says definitely will not interrupt any part. The other one says certainly will not interrupt any part. You see, they are different, but very similar. I think that definitely and certainly can be considered synonyms. But if you want to connect more than one machine translation, you can do with that. Okay? Okay, good. So this is a short presentation just to show you how you can deal with translation memories and machine translations together. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Thank you.